Winter in North America is unforgiving. The forests fall silent beneath heavy blankets of snow. Temperatures plunge far below freezing, food becomes scarce, and survival itself turns into a daily challenge. But for one of the forest's largest giants, the greatest danger isn't a wolf or a bear. It's a creature no bigger than a grain of rice. This is the heartbreaking story of a moose slowly being overwhelmed by one of nature's deadliest parasites, the winter tick. A fully grown bull moose can weigh more than 600 kilograms. Standing over 2 meters tall at the shoulder, it is one of the largest members of the deer family. Few predators are willing to challenge a healthy adult, yet despite its incredible size and strength, it cannot escape an enemy that attacks by the thousands. As autumn arrives, tiny winter tick larvae climb onto low shrubs, dry grass, and small branches, waiting patiently for a passing host. They don't chase. They don't hunt. They simply wait. The moment a moose brushes against the vegetation, thousands of microscopic larvae latch onto its thick fur in seconds. For the tick, the journey has just begun. Unlike many other tick species that switch between different hosts during their lives, winter ticks spend their entire life cycle on a single animal. The moose becomes both home and food. Over the coming weeks, the tiny parasites spread across its massive body. They gather around the neck, behind the ears, along the shoulders, across the back, under the belly, and deep within the thick winter coat where they're protected from the freezing wind. One tick drinks only a tiny amount of blood. But this moose isn't carrying dozens. It isn't carrying hundreds. It may be carrying more than 50,000 ticks. In extreme infestations, scientists have recorded well over 90,000 winter ticks on a single moose. Together, these parasites remove astonishing amounts of blood. Day after day, week after week, the giant slowly grows weaker. The irritation becomes unbearable. The moose begins scratching constantly against rough tree trunks. It rubs its neck against rocks. It twists its body against fallen logs, anything to stop the relentless itching. But the relief never lasts. As the parasites continue feeding, patches of fur begin falling away. Large, bald areas appear across its shoulders and sides. Wildlife biologists often call these unfortunate animals ghost moose because their pale skin becomes exposed beneath the missing coat. The loss of fur creates another deadly problem. The thick winter coat that once trapped warm air is disappearing. Now freezing winds reach the skin directly. Every gust steals precious body heat. To stay warm, the moose must burn even more energy. But food is becoming harder to find. Deep snow covers shrubs and young trees. The weakened giant spends more time searching and less time eating. Its body fat begins disappearing. Its ribs slowly become visible beneath loose skin. Each passing week pushes it closer to exhaustion. For young calves, the situation is even worse. Having smaller bodies and fewer energy reserves, many simply cannot survive heavy tick infestations through the winter. Blood loss, cold exposure, starvation. Together, they become a deadly combination. Researchers in parts of North America have documented years in which large numbers of moose calves die because of severe winter tick infestations. As spring finally approaches, the surviving ticks finish feeding. One by one, they drop from the moose onto the forest floor. There, females lay thousands of eggs before dying. Within months, a new generation emerges, waiting once again for another unsuspecting moose. The exhausted animal finally experiences a brief moment of relief. No longer tormented by constant bites, it begins feeding more often. Fresh green leaves appear. Young shoots emerge from the forest floor. Slowly, the moose starts rebuilding its strength. New fur begins growing where bare skin had been exposed. Its massive body recovers. But not every moose gets that chance. Many never survive long enough to see another spring. Nature reminds us that survival isn't always decided by the largest predator. Sometimes the greatest danger comes from creatures so small they're almost invisible. The winter tick doesn't attack with sharp teeth. It doesn't rely on speed or strength. Instead, it wins through patience, numbers, and relentless persistence. For every moose that survives another brutal winter, the battle begins all over again the following autumn. Because deep within the forests of North America, one of nature's biggest giants is locked in an endless war against one of its tiniest enemies. And in that silent battle, size alone is never enough to guarantee survival.